Well, we got a big one, and I mean a big one for those of you who are true Harbor Freight fans who like to buy stuff from Harbor Freight and keep it for the long haul, because this is the biggest secret update. I'm calling it a secret update because they did it and they haven't told anybody. It's not announced. It's not big on the website or anything, but they said it was going to be happen. We talked about it about a year ago. Remember, a year ago they launched parts. Now, for the parts department, you had to basically go and see if your item was covered. Then you'd call up the 1-800 number and talk to a person. They were pretty nice and stuff, but a lot of people were like, hey, I just want to go to the website and I just want to order something. Well, brother, today is that day. Harbor Freight now has an online parts department. Who had that on their 2025 bingo card? Let's take a look at it. So if you can go to the website, and it's the same way you went before, you scroll all the way to the bottom, and you come down here to replacement parts. And you click on that, and it's going to take you to this page here. Replacement part. Keep your tools in top conditions. Shop by brand, about replacement parts, frequently asked questions, yada, yada, yada. I'll let you go through all of that. So anyway, it's search by item or UPC or part SKU number. You can go through the different categories. So we're going to jump through this because some of them are pretty good and some of them are really kind of meh. But you know what? It just launched, and we can only hope that if people support it, people use it, the parts department will grow. So let's take a look and see what we got here. First off, we're going to take a look at the Hercules 20-volt cordless half-inch drill driver with side handle, tool only. This is a go-to tool for Harbor Freight. And if we want to look at the parts that they have for it, they've got a bit holder assembly and a belt clip assembly. That's fairly disappointing, isn't it? We were hoping for more than that, but we're not done. We're not done. Let's see what else they got. And hopefully down the road, we'll see like all the parts available in it. You crack one of these open, you should be able to replace the switch and everything else. Fingers crossed. But let's see what you can get right now on the site. So next up, we've got, and the Bauer. The Bauer's the same as well. Belt clip assembly and chuck assembly. We come over here, we look at the variable speed drill here. This is the Bauer. This is the plug-in drill. And you got the brushes set, you got the chuck key assembly with screw, and the side handle. We're getting a bit more. It's getting a little bit better. How about this? How about the miter saw? This is a real one because this is a big tool. It's an expensive tool. It's $300 when it's on sale. This is the kind of thing you want to be able to replace parts and keep it around for a good long time. Well, here you go. How about this? Foot, miter handle saw, stationary switch, complete fence assembly, the whole fence assembly, right sliding fence, bevel scale, short drive, brush, long drive, belt cover. Oh my gosh, we keep going. Look at that. That is a ton of parts here for it. I mean, and the trigger switch, that's one of the big ones that comes down. The dust cover assembly, that gets broken and stuff. People will shoot, you cut too small a miter block and the little piece goes flying off. And anyway, a ton of parts here. I love seeing this. This is awesome. It's an established tool. It's been around for a while, and it's one of the ones that people complain about most, going, hey, I'd like to buy this rather than DeWalt, but I can't get parts. Well, they had the parts department open last year. Now you can get those parts directly online. You just add it right to cart, and you're ready to go. Let's see what else we can get. All right, how about this? This is the table saw, the Hercules table saw. And again, a slew of parts for this. You can even buy a paw. Look at that. Kerf board knob switch, carbon brush set, all of it there. That is a nice selection of parts. How about this? The central, I had to look at the backhoe and look at the parts for the backhoe. There's a ton of parts for it, and that's only page 1. Let's go to page 2, and we got another entire page of parts. All right, how about this? This has been a huge one, okay? Because there's a lot of misinformation going around. People I think people who are the people who like to hate the freight, they'll sit there and make up stories like, well, don't buy one of the sets because if you do, you have to return the whole thing. That's just not true. There might be somebody in a store who's uneducated or something, but the official word down from corporate, the official policy is they need to crack open a set and give you a replacement part. But what if you lost the part? You know that 10 millimeter, he likes to go on walkabout, right? So if he grows legs and takes off, what do? You can't warranty a missing part. Well, guess what? Now with these part sets, you can go through, this is a 14-piece set, right? And here we got 14 different pieces that you can order, individual wrenches. Oh my gosh, that is huge. Huge news. Huge news. Now, I haven't gone through every single set yet, but they're probably going to, my guess is they're going to start with the professional tier stuff and work their way down. But that's huge news. I love being able to see that, it'd be better, would it be better if I could go in store and buy an individual socket or an individual wrench? Heck yeah, it would be. But this is going in the right direction. And quite frankly, as I get older, I'm more than happy with just going, hit the order and it'll show up here in a couple days. Especially while I live in a more rural, I'm not living in the middle of a big city or something like that where I can just, walk down to the store. So for me, that kind of makes more sense than a lot of people. But anyway, let's see what we got next. How about this air compressor? I got that 2-gallon air compressor. I got the piston seal kit, the drain valve, the foot assembly, the air filter safety valve, pressure regulator, the pressure gauge, 2 pressure gauges here. And all of that there for, the most expensive thing on here is what, $22 for the pressure regulator assembly. And then here's the big McGraw 26-gallon or 29-gallon I've been talking about. And look at the parts set on this, a nice set of parts there. Everything from the wheels to the outlet pressure gauge to the regulator, valve assembly, and oil drain plug, oil fill plug, oil drain O-ring, all of that for this one so you can keep it properly maintained. How about this? You guys with the U.S. General. So sure, Icon's got a lifetime warranty on it, right? But U.S. General, what are you going to do? This is one of the biggest ones that I've been excited about going, hey, I want to see these parts, the part lists for this. And here we go. Side handle, drawer side set, left and right. Lock and key set, drawer latch kit, power strip cord with outlet, fixed casters, and swivel casters. I'll tell you what, it'd be nice to pick up 2 of those extra swivel casters. For those of you who do need to move it around and you're in a small shop, having the 4 swivels really is a nice thing, especially if you're not maybe not on the 56, but on the 22. Yeah, because I use that thing like a cart. I'm looking at mine over in the corner. I'm eyeballing. I'm like, you're getting 4 swivels there, son. All right, let's see what we got next. Let's talk about Icon. All right, let me go back to this one because the other one I wanted to talk about here is we got the drawer slide sets. That's the biggest one, all right? So this is the slides you're going to need left and right for the drawers. That's a fair price. In the Icon, we got the handle. We got the handle bolts, the locks, lock connection, the trim front. Icon, you can buy an Icon badge. I might be buying some Icon badges for my U.S. General. Kidding. Lock connection, trim cap, front outlet. Oh, that's nice. I screwed up the front outlet on mine. Icon badge, power tool rack, fixed casters, power strip, front trim. Look at all the stuff you can get. That's just page 1. We can go to page 2. And you're like, well, it's got a lifetime warranty. Why would I need this? Well, you know what? If you accidentally cut a power cord, that's not exactly covered under warranty, right? So there's things that you could do. You can buy, look at this, you can buy the paint. People have been talking for back and forth for years since this stuff came out, like where can I get touch-up paint? They now have the paint. All right, let's keep going here. What if you got one of the Yukon boxes? Are you out of luck? No, we got the hardware bag, the side handle, we got the locking swivel caster, the fixed caster, wood tops, lock and key set, and drawer slides again. So if you're in that Yukon box, you're covered as well. Badlands winch, this is the top line winch. You don't got a ton of stuff, but you got a nice selection of the stuff that you're going to need the most. How about this Predator engine? This is like the go-to, the 212cc, the one before the Ghost came out. For your generic hobbyist go-kart or any kind of little project you're working on, this is the most purchased engine out there. Can we get parts for it? Brother, we got 17 parts for this thing. High altitude jet, spring governor, spring throttle valve return, gas caps. I've lost a gas cap or 2. How about the carburetor gasket and the carburetor itself? You can get all of that kind of stuff. We can get a cylinder head cover gasket. We can redo the heads on this thing. That is pretty nice to see. All right, generators. This is a big one because generators need some serious maintenance. It's an engine in a box with a bunch of other stuff. What are we going to get for it? Now, we only have 13 results on this one. But again, bolt drain plug, spark plug, air cleaner, stepper motors, carburetor assembly, the stepper motor, the remote control, LPG connection kit, high altitude jet kit, push button stop. The stuff you're going to see the most is what we got here. And then on the bigger generator here, we got 17 results, pretty much the same thing, a few extra parts kind of stuff. It'd be nice if we saw more pictures, all right? I'd like to see more. Starter motor, that's a good one there. Alternator stator, I can talk. Carburetor kit, all of it, you can rebuild that. This one, I was just talking about the greenhouse, right? And somebody was mentioning that they did all the stuff in their greenhouse. It lasted a good long time. They've only lost one panel because they used it for a moving window panel kind of thing. Well, guess what? You want that replacement panel? We got corner posts, we got side braces, we got doorway posts, door frames, ceiling plates. We got bottom window frames, top window frames, bottom door frames, all of it. Look at all this stuff they got for it. 2 pages of parts for that greenhouse. Well, just over 2 pages, but still, if you've gotten into that greenhouse and you're worried about parts, they've got it. Now we got to talk about the welders. All right, now here's the deal. So we look at the Vulcan welder. This is the top line professional welder, and we got 7 results. Hinge assembly, spool, screen protector, ground clamp, electrode holder, 120 volt power cable, and 240 volt power cable. All right, some of the basic stuff. I'd like to see more, but I get it. Now we look at the titanium, and we're only seeing the wire feed. Again, I think this will grow more as they get access, as more people use it and becomes more of a core part of what they do. I think it's going to, as I said, it's going to start at the bigger price kind of stuff and work its way down. All right, let's keep going here. We got, this is a big one. The electric pipe threader. We did the video on that thing. Look at this, 20 results. We got all the different dies and everything else that goes with it. The blade sets, everything. That's a huge, huge deal if you're getting into one of these, be able to get those replacements. All right, the Apache. There's only one item, but it's a big item. If you're getting that Apache case, the pick and pull foam insert. I don't know about you, but I've screwed up foam, or you've used it a long time. The foam wears out and it starts to crumble and stuff. Now you can just get a whole, for $30, you can get a whole new set of foam for it. That's awesome. All right, let's keep going here. We've got the Hercules jackhammer here. It's got, we got the carbon brush set, the side handles, the assembly base, the switch and trigger, the trigger, and the main handle. It's not a ton of stuff, but it is the main stuff. And you got to be honest, when it comes to this electrical stuff, I get a lot of people who are like, oh, you know, when it comes to the electrical stuff, there just isn't as much maintenance that goes into it. The trigger switch is the number one thing. The power cord's a big one. But after that, it's just maybe like the handles, like this, hey, might fall over, might break, something like that. Trust me, I've broken a power cord. I cut a power cord on it was a Makita one, one of the first ones they did that was electric. Had a lot of fun with it. I got kind of yelled at by the boss for cutting the cord on it. All right, we got dust extractor, the new Hercules dust extractor. We got 8 results: floor nozzle, crevice nozzle, dust bag, 3-pack, elbow wand, extension wand, hose, more nozzles, and the HEPA filter 2-pack. Again, the things you're going to use most. And last but not least, let's see if the Bauer. I said, maybe the basic stuff doesn't have as much. We got 6 results: the foam filter, the gulper nozzle, the dust bags, the floor brush, the extension wand, and the hose. This is just the start, folks. It's just launched. I'm not even sure it was supposed to launch, because a lot of times when I catch these things early, they then pull them back down. So hopefully it's not going to go away here, because there hasn't been something official. But there you go. Go check it out. I'll put a link down below. You can check it out and see what's there. And hey, if you got some stuff you've been looking for, go and search for it and see if it's there. And if it's not, or if it is, post it. And if it's not, post it down in the comments, because those of you who don't know, we're one of the biggest channels that's been covering Harbor Freight. We've been doing it for 10 years here on YouTube. Harbor Freight has people, poor people who are assigned to watch our videos and read through our comments and stuff to see what you all are saying. So if you want to hear about it, here you go. You can also call corporate and tell them, like, hey, this is great, but I want to see parts for this thing and this thing and this thing. Let them know. They're very responsive to people, contacting them and telling them, hey, we want to be a happy customer and we want to keep shopping there. And them responding, that's the best way to make that happen. So let them know. Anyway, if you like what we do here, go ahead and chomp the old like button, smash that subscribe, ring the bell on the way out. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.